All right, we've pulled up for the night. We made it. How far did we go? Nearly 700 k's. Yeah, just under 700, I think. So we made it past Ceduna, and now we're heading sort of to, well, we are heading to Port Augusta, but yeah, we're still. We'll get there tomorrow. I got to drop off a rod I built for Steve's Misso Shaz, and so yeah, we've just pulled up. It had got dark. We don't usually drive into the darkness, but we kind of wanted to get to a spot which was another 10 k's up the road. But I was just I was knackered, so yeah, Kel she found this spot on Wiki Camps, and it's a little gravel pit area sort of thing. It'll do the trick anyway. So yeah, it's noodles for dinner. We've set up the swag behind us, and we're gonna have noodles straight to bed. But otherwise, this was the first day towing with the new trailer scenario and the tinny on top. Well, it held together, which is a bonus. But yeah, it was a pretty nervous day towing after the last shit show with the other trailer. But anyway, yeah, you gotta do what you can do. It should hold up all right, and everything stayed where it should have been. So we'll just go steady.
Had headwind most of the way too today, which wasn't super
Yeah,
helpful.
we did almost same fuel economy as we do when we're towing the caravan today, and we're just towing a trailer that doesn't even really impact the draft of the car. But cool, it's noodles, cheese and ham.
Bed.
And where?
Bed.
And bed. And then bed, that's it.
I don't even think I can be bothered digging out my wine.
It's
Chad's like, oh, let me make it easy for you.
I just seen it somewhere.
It's on the other side.
Oh, it's on the other side.
I know where it is.
Ah.
Of course I know where it is.
Oh, I seen the cup.
My cup.
The cup,
I put
yeah.
the cups there just in case.
I might have a sneaky little port before bed. Hey mate, welcome to OldMate Adventures.
Hi, I'm Kel.
And I'm Jed. We're into our 4th year of semi-retirement, trekking, camping and hunting our way around Australia.
Follow along as we live life on our own terms, exploring the great outdoors and sharing our adventures.
Yeah, we have reached another roadside camp. How many? Couple hundred k's?
South.
200 k's?
Yeah.
Yeah, 200 k's south of Coopapedy. Our original plans were to stay there a night or two, to just stay there because we never have. But we're almost a day and a half behind where we'd want to be because of the trailer incident. So yeah, pain in the ass. But anyway, that's shit happens, and so we're gonna skip Coopapedy this time again, and yeah, maybe next time we'll call in. It looks like a pretty cool spot, and so yeah, we'd plan to sort of chill out there for a couple of days and get like a Airbnb or something, and have a proper sleep in a real bed. But it's not going to happen. Yeah, so we are hopefully going to try and book it to Alice Springs tomorrow, which is a bit of a stretch, but we're going to try and get up pretty early and just putt along. There's roadkill everywhere down this stretch. Every sort of 5 k's there's a dead roo or something on the side of the road, so just a bit how you're going. But we'll just go steady in the morning, even if we get like putt along doing 70 k's an hour for a bit with all the spotties on. Anyway, this is just on Wiki Camps. It's just a little roadside stop. The road, we're about 100 metres, 200 metres off the highway. And this is the road I came down. This is the Gawler Ranges road right at the start of the Gawler Ranges Road that sort of is the shortcut to WA. So instead of taking the Great Central Road, you can come down through Coober Pedy, come down here and go down this way. Cool, and you pop out like the eastern side of Ceduna. Cool, yeah, we're gonna set the swag up. I'm gonna stop talking shit, and that's what's happening. Oh, these flies are friendly. Hopefully when this sun dips down, they fuck off. Some are gonna die. Yeah, we got a couple of questions about the swag, if it's good, if it's bad. We've had it for 3 years now and taken on a few adventures. Went up to NT last year with us. We just did Shelter Bay with it. We've camped up and down the west coast with it, and beach camped in Esperance for a week or so. Yeah, we've used it a shit ton. It's good. It has pros and cons, and you can't even really call it a swag, I don't think. It's like a hybrid tent swag thing going on, but it's been good. It holds up to all the elements. We've had pretty bad rain on it, where it's been sort of flowing underneath us, and also really hot temperatures, which is also a good test. It does come, we sometimes set it up with a fly, mainly for the heat, to keep the sun off the canvas. But when we're setting up like this, we just throw it up and she's good to go. One of the cool features I do like about this is that you can open the roof right up. It's got 2 flaps either side, and you can also access it from inside the swag. If you got this all rolled up and there's just mesh on there and it starts raining or whatever, you can undo the mesh from the inside, roll this up, and then zip all the mesh up as well. Another cool feature on each end are these little flaps that we usually leave open regardless of the weather. Lets a bit of airflow in, and you can zip this down. You can even zip this fly screen down as well if you want to access it from the inside. But yeah, they're super handy. You can have them open in all weather and it doesn't seem to affect it at all. And quite good for a bit of airflow if you want airflow going that way, or you can open ends up that way. One of the things that's a little bit, not tricky and not shitty, a little bit shitty with this is the poles. They don't fold down very well and very nice. They don't sort of stack together, and they've got a lot of different bends. They all clip together pretty good, and it stays as one piece with like a spring wire sort of connecting them all. But to store them, they don't come with a separate bag or anything like that to sort of protect them from the swag when it's in storage and wrapped up. And I don't want to just chuck them in with the swag bag just in case yeah, that rubs through the swag of some sort in transit. So, and it's the same with the top pole as well. The top pole obviously is a bit easier because it's straight and it can store pretty good. But these 2 end ones are a bit of a pain in the butt. You could risk it and pack them in with the swag, but I've seen a couple that have like rubbed through, and it's not the best. I should have really got some sort of bag for it and then pack them in with the swag, but we just leave them out just in case it rubs on the swag. The other downfall is there is shit tons of zips, and then hear that noise? So when it gets super windy, you have every piece of fly screen, canvas cover, canvas on top, fly screen, canvas. There is multiple zips on this whole swag, and yeah, they tend to cling together. So there's a bit of a knack we find when we're sleeping to position the zips in a certain place to stop them from jingling as much as we can. But yeah, that's a little bit of a shit thing. If they had some sort of like rubber in some sort of way, I'm not too sure on the zip technology these days, but it'd be pretty cool to sort that out. It does come with that fly, and it's super easy to install. It literally just has little clips that hook onto the holes on these poles, and it's got a little sort of awning side that you can position on either side depending on which way you want to get in and out of the swag. It doesn't come with poles with the swag that when you buy it. So you've got to buy the little extender poles separately. I bought them, but we just never use them. So we find it we don't really use them. So some people, they would use them, we don't. We sort of just peg it out, and that becomes a bit of a veranda to store some gear if it's raining or whatever. But and then we just roll the other side up, which is super handy. Just mainly to keep the sun off your swag. But all in all, it's pretty good. It's pretty good size. It's actually the surface area of the bed is bigger than our old Viscount caravan that we recently sold. So the bed is pretty big. It's massive, and for me, I'm over 6'2". I can sort of sit up in it quite easily. We've been rained out and super windy days. We've been bunkered down in the swag. It acts as like a little bit of a tent, and we've had movie nights and all sorts of stuff in there. Oh yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
Anyway, that's my swag review. I don't do too many reviews on stuff, but yeah, we've had a couple of questions. So yeah, all in all, it's pretty good swag. Obviously, being the size it is, it rolls up pretty big as well. Plus, we keep all our bedding in there, and we've got another eggshell mattress thing on there just to give a bit more oomph on the mattress. You know, because we're old. I'm old anyway. Kel's a bit younger. Only a little bit.
Body-wise.
But yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I rate it. I reckon it's great. There's a few little tricks to work out with the zips and stuff like that, and it handles the weather like a champion, which is the main thing. And even when it's piss and wind, other than the zips jingling, the thing just stays solid. You rarely have to have a peg it down or anything like that. There is peg spots all the way around it, but if anything, we just sort of peg the ends down like we have there, and yeah, it holds solid. It's wicked. And yeah, we've never had a leak or anything like that. That's the worst thing. The canvas quality is good, and yeah, it's just a good all-rounder. I think they're a retail around a bit over $600. It's pretty good. Yeah, if you're on your own or whatever, you wouldn't probably worry about it. And there's those tent cots and all sorts of good stuff these days. And I think 23Zero do a smaller version of these as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if they worked out the pole storage situation and maybe put some rubber zips or jinglers or something random on there, it'd be 10 out of 10. I'd give it 8.5. The sun is just coming up. We've driven for about an hour so far, just checking everything over. Something is dead, eh? Woo.
Really?
Oh yeah. Cool. All good. All good. Yeah, we left about a bit before 6 this morning, and that sun's just coming up. We've been taking it super steady. There is shit tons of dead roos, fresh ones, on the road this morning, and a couple of live ones on the edge of the road. So yeah, we're just sort of sitting along at about 75-80 k's an hour, and not really going to drop the hammer till that sun is definitely up. It's amazing how many dropping the hammer. Hammer means going to 5th gear instead of 4th. Oh. 90 k's instead of 80. But yeah, it's not worth the risk, especially in the middle of nowhere. And it's surprising, we've already seen a couple of hatchbacks just sending it. So yeah, mad dogs. Oh, that's the smell. Dead cow just there. just over an hour out of Alice Springs. We've done over 700 Ks already today, and it'll be about 750. Yeah, it'll be about 860 odd Ks all up, I think.
87.
What is it?
887.
887. It's been pretty good, not too much wind, and we've sort of been able to coast along at sort of 90 kilometres an hour pretty steadily. Yeah, we're a bit behind in time. We did pull over and help a couple that had like a camper van Winnebago style thing that had blown a front tyre, and they just needed some more tools and a little bit of extra help to work out how to change it. They'd never changed one of those tyres before. Yeah, and you had the car for 5 weeks, and it had a weird sort of mechanism to lower the spare tyre down. Anyway, I ended up being able to work it out, help them out, and we changed the tyre for them, pumped it up to pressure, and we did see them at a servo. They caught up to us, and they're all going good, so that's a good thing. You know, you see people out in the middle of nowhere, especially out here, no phone service for hundreds of kilometres. It's always good to just stop and check, and someone's pulled over on the side of the road, just make sure they're all good. But yeah, it all worked out. So yeah, we're about an hour behind of where we should have been, and we'll make it there just before 6 o'clock. So we've got 3 nights there at the moment, just to sort a few things out in Alice Springs. I've got to get a spare rim for the trailer. I've got the tyre that I ripped off the old trailer, but it's got a 4 stud and I need a 5 stud rim. Yeah, and I've got to find a dust cap, because I found out on the 4 wheels on the trailer that we bought, there was a cap on the rim, and when you pull the cap off to check the wheel bearings, I pulled that off today and found that there was no dust cap. So OldMate done a bit of a dodgy there to me, and just put a cover over the rim, and it's got an open thing. So I bought some bearing grease. I packed a bit on the side of the road with some extra grease in there, and cleaned it in the area up, cleaned all the dirt out of there, and then put the cap back on. So I just have to find a dust cap for that. And we just want to get out of the swag for a couple of days, and we got a cabin and an ensuite, and we're going to stay in a normal bed. Sounds good, eh? Yeah. And we're going to cook Ronnie's bacon. We've got Wayno's eggs. We're going to have a bacon egg cook up tomorrow or the next day, and maybe both. I'm pretty keen for some scrambled eggs. But yeah, cool. It's been a long few days, and trying to gain a bit of confidence with the old trailer that we've got now, and but it's holding up better than the other one, so it's good. It's pretty good. Cool. North. We're going northeast at the moment, actually. Another hour to go. Nearly there.
Oh well, I've got the new bush in, which I'll replace on all the 4 springs, and that should do the trick for a bit of noise reduction. And that was the old one there, pretty much worn through all on one side. The other side was the same. And then yeah, just replacing all the spring bolts as well, because a couple of them were a bit how you going. Yeah, should do the trick. Cool. Yeah, and big thanks to Centre Trailers in Alice Springs. They had all the bits and pieces I needed, wheel bearings, and changed me spare for me and got me all sorted. So yeah, that would be a big help if you're ever in Alice Springs and need trailer parts or caravan bits and pieces. They're the mob to see. We are still a couple hundred k's south of Tennant Creek. I've just been pulling over and checking these wheel bearings. This one over here is quite warm at the moment. I can still put my hand on it. Yeah, it's considerably warmer than the rest of them. But
It's definitely not getting any worse. But yeah, just a bit concerned. That was the one that just had a dust cover on the rim and didn't have a little dust cap over the bearing housing, which I've got one now. Yeah, I've got 2 spare sets of bearings, but I'll see how it goes once we get to our free camp for the night and go from there. I might change it to Savo. One good thing I've noticed up in the NT is you've got a lot of these pullover bays, and they're just right next to the highway, but they always have like a shitload of bins. There's bins everywhere. There's 8 bins there. There's another 8 bins there. Got little fire pits, and over there is wood for your fire pit. People chuck a bit of wood in there, which is awesome. Sometimes they got a bit of rainwater in a tank there as well. Yeah, most of them are pretty much the same, but flies are friendly. But yeah, anyway, we'll keep trekking on. We've got about another 150 k's to go, and we're going to pull over for the day. The flies are out this morning. Straight away, before even that sun came up, we could hear outside the swag, just the flies are just cranking. So we're just going to make a cup of tea, pack all this shit up, and get to Daily Waters, the Savo. It's only about a bit less than 500 k's away from where we are, so it's not too big of a day, which is good. But we'll just take it easy with that. I think I got a bit of a dodgy bearing on one of the wheels there, and if I have to, I'll change that at Daily Waters. If not, the next day we'll be at the Outback Hotel, which is not far from where the station where we looked after last year. And we're going to catch up with all the owners and that there as well, because it'll be a weekend, and they're all there for a bit of a barbecue. They've got a caravan park style thing there, as well as some like hotel motel lodges. So if we're just going to slack it and not roll swag out, hopefully, and get a bit of aircon. But yeah, these flies are thick. Also finding it way better with the new battery, having the 200 amp hour in the D-Max rather than the 120 that we've had since we've had the D-Max. And the 200 amp hour is just way better. We had Starlink running for about 3 or 4 hours last night, plus we got the 2 angles. I think we're still at about 65%, and charging phones and GoPros and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, no, it's good. If we had the other battery, it would be very struggle town. Even with the fold out panel, we'd be pretty much useless in a day like today with the overcast. But anyway, the 200 is a definite good upgrade. Cup of tea time. Yeah, this morning we left Daily Waters, and we are heading towards the Outback Hotel, and then gonna chuck a southerly direction down towards the station where we worked last year. So we're going to catch up with the owners there, and I talked to the other station owner where we're going to in Queensland, and they still can't get access out of their station, so obviously we can't get in, and they reckon it's still pretty wet. They tried with the buggy yesterday and didn't get very far. So, so yeah, it's looking like we might have to stall for a little bit, which means we'll probably head to the station where we're at last year, which is only just down the road, another 350 k's. So, so yeah, we'll probably stall there for maybe a week or so, then recheck with the owners again in Queensland and see where we're at there. We can probably get from here to there quite steadily in like a week, going fairly slow. We're going to go through Mount Isa and up through that way, and yeah, just go steady. So when we're about a week away, we'll head off from the station we're at and try and get in, if that makes sense. I know. So that's a bit of a bummer, because they've just, on our way here from when we left WA, they've had more rain up there, which wasn't forecasted. So that's played a bit of a part in that access getting into that station. But anyway, we will help out our mates in the NT here for a week or so. Maybe they've only just got into their station as well. Yeah, we might be able to do some lawn mowing and some odd jobs around there just to keep ourselves busy for a week or so. Maybe able to slay a few pigs and get into it that way. But there's always shit tons of work to do. So yeah, they'll love a bit of extra help. But yeah, Kel's just making a bit of lunch, because we left pretty late at Daily Waters, just because we haven't really got any sort of have to be anywhere certain time sort of plan today. It's just a steady one. And the road across from Daily Waters to Borroloola is the first bit's pretty good. They've been doing some work on it since we were last here, but yeah, this bit from here onwards is a little bit shit. Yeah, just making some wraps. Kel's eating all the cheese, and the wheel bearing is holding on. It's not too bad. We've only been going steady today, 70 odd k's an hour sort of thing, just putting along. And other than that, it's all going pretty good. But yeah, driving along this road this morning, it's a lot drier from when we were last here. Last time there was a couple of crossings that had a little bit of water still on them, and it was kind of flowing across fairly wide. There was even little fish going across. Yeah, there's none of that. So many weird birds up here. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see how we go.